All right. Well, welcome to Toronto.
Thank you.
And you were saying to me it's your first big Toronto experience.
Yes.
Is it a little bit daunting for you?
I have done press before, but I think this experience is so different because it's Toronto. There's so much going on. There's so many great actors, great directors everywhere that you turn, and I think it's just a really fun sort of celebration for film.
Yeah, so you have a Midnight Madness film.
Yes.
And like I said, you know, the best audiences ever. Those are these are the people who love horror.
I know.
Just love this kind of stuff.
I know.
Now, before we get started about the film, are you a horror genre gal?
Yes, I am a horror film junkie. I love horror films. They're my favorite. No one watches them with me. I think it's the sense of like intrigue. They totally surprise me, and I just love watching them. And I will start watching one, then I'll have to take a break because I'll be like, I can't go through this. No, I can't watch this. And then I think, no, I have to finish it. I have to watch this film. I just think the excitement and the thrill that they have.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And so tell me a little bit about the origins of, becoming the girl in the photograph and how it all came to you.
Wow. So around December of last year, I went in and read for Nick and all of the producers, and I didn't really think anything of it. I was like, I did it. What's going to happen is whatever's going to happen. So it was a holiday, and I was in England, and I received a phone call saying that they wanted to make the offer, and I was really excited because when reading the script, I just fell in love. It's so real. It's so relatable, which is surprising for a horror film, and it has this sort of like 80s throwback to horror films too.
Right, but don't you think the scarier horror film or movie would be is because it's more relatable?
Yes, of course. And I feel like I say this all the time and people think I'm crazy, but I think it's a love story mixed with this sort of personal struggle that each character is going through, and they're looking to better themselves in a way. And yeah, everyone's kind of going through something.
Yeah, so you play, she's like small town checkout girl, whatever. And
definitely.
What was the before you started in this business and everything? What was the maybe your first job ever? Something.
First job ever, probably working to get an allowance in my family's home to like clean, which I didn't even clean. I was so lazy. My mom was like, "Okay, great. You're not cleaning." I'm like, "Yes, I am." Yeah, that was my first job. Yeah, I want my allowance. I worked so hard for it.
Exactly. So yeah, this girl is, it's interesting, but then she starts getting these, it's creepy.
Yeah, she gets presented with these photos at work, and these two male characters throughout the film, they're stalking her, and she's being stalked and doesn't know why, and goes to the police, and they don't believe her. They think it's art. And one day while she's in work, while she's at the store, she is kind of taken back by this group of visitors from LA, and their paths kind of cross, and that's all I can tell you.
That's okay. That's okay. We don't want to give away too much. So you work opposite, some great people. You've got to talk about working with Kal Penn because, big fan?
Yeah, I am a fan. I love Kal Penn. I think he's so smart, such a great person, such a great actor, and I just really think he really played this character so well. He really took the time, was even offset. He was spending time taking photos and just really wore this character like it was his own self. So I really loved it. I loved watching him create Peter Hemmings.
Yeah, and then, and like you say, he's a very smart guy. I mean,
yeah,
he went
so intelligent.
Took off from Hollywood to go work in the government. I mean,
hello.
Yeah, yeah, right, exactly. But
pretty cool.
And then yet he's Harold and Kumar, you know what I mean? And so he's just so broad. He's so phenomenal. What do you learn from working with a guy like that?
Well, I learned that he was educated at UCLA, and that definitely inspires me because I think not only being an actress, I think it is really important to further your education, which is something that I'm doing as well. I'm studying at UCLA too. And also I learned from him just how humble he is with everything that he's experienced, working in the White House, to being a successful actor, to being, an activist. He's just such a great well-rounded human being.
Yeah.
And I really respect everything that
What a great
he's done.
experience
Yeah.
for you.
It was really fun, and he's such a chill person. Like, you would think, oh my gosh, Kal Penn, he's gonna be like, I don't know, comedian, that sort of thing. But he's a really great guy.
Yeah. Well, good thing John Cho wasn't with him on this one, because you would never have gotten any work done.
Probably not. I would have just been laughing the whole time and wouldn't keep my composure at all.
I could just imagine.
I know.
When you're working on a horror film, and there's just all this tense stuff. But how do you guys just, when it's rap or whatever, make things light and?
Let me tell you, between every take, everyone was dub smashing, doing Instagrams, Snapchatting, laughing, joking, group texting, everything. So there was not a single moment where we didn't have laughter. We were always laughing, even in between takes.
Now, this movie, wow, produced and mentored by Wes Craven.
Yeah.
I mean, all right, just to have that and to have him around.
Pretty amazing. It's pretty unbelievable. Not only having Wes Craven attached, having Dean Cundy, having Nick Simon. It's this magical sort of mixture of just talent and experience and this sort of nostalgia for horror films and the genre. And Wes was such a creative and amazing soul, and his presence is definitely here throughout the whole Toronto experience for this film.
I'm sure. So sad.
Yeah, he was so collaborative on this film and always involved in everything, and I think it's a great, great piece to add to his legacy.
Yeah, but what do you soak from a man like that? I mean, kind of like the king of horror. Like, when you look at the stuff that he's given us.
You kind of take in a lot, and you just look at the man that he was and what he went through personally, what he was going through, and also what he was creating on an artist level. I mean, it's just, you kind of want to be inside his head and think, how do you do this? And you're such a lovely person. Like, it's kind of, you don't know how to wrap your head around it, but you're just in such awe. And I think how he really handled himself with just, true dignity, and he was very humble, and he just was a really personable person. So I think that was what made Wes Wes.
Yeah, well, he's going to be looking down tonight.
Oh yeah,
with huge
totally.
smiles.
He's been here the whole time that we've been here.
Yeah.
His presence is definitely here with us.
Well, an honor for you to have been part of his last film too, and
it gives me chills. I actually have chills right now.
I'm sure. It's a big deal. It's
it
huge
is.
deal. So you also sing and you do so much stuff. How
Yeah.
do you balance everything?
I don't know. I try to keep myself as chill and real as possible. I don't like getting a big head about anything. I love creating art. I love being the person that I am. I have flaws. I'm a normal person. That's me. I just love creating art, and I love being in film, so that's just kind of my passion. But in real life, I have a little French bulldog in my family, and that's my focus too.
And they keep you humble.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's amazing. Now, so tell me a little bit of your family. Were they happy that when you decided that you were going to become an actor?
Yeah, my parents did not want me to be an actor. I had a lovely friend who I met at camp through the New York Film Academy, and her parents saw my work and they were like, we really want to introduce you to one of our family friends who owns an agency. And I was like, okay, that's awesome. My parents were like, I don't know. So I met with the agents and they wanted to rep me, but my parents only wanted me to try it out for pilot season. Well, 3 weeks being in Los Angeles, I booked a national commercial and I was working immediately. So I kind of wasn't able to leave.
Yeah.
And 6 years later, I'm still there.
Yeah, well, good on you. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
thanks.
So, do you have other things planning that are going to be coming out? Can you tell me a little bit about it?
Yes, I have a film that's premiering this November called The Outskirts. I co-star along with Victoria Justice and Eden Cher. It's a really awesome teenage comedy, but it's really smart. It's like Revenge of the Nerds meets Breakfast Club.
Can't wait.
Yeah.
Because I have to tell you that I've never missed an episode of The Middle. You've got to tell
I
me
know.
about working with Eden. I want to adopt that girl.
Eden is the best. I love her to death. She's so funny, so loving, and so compassionate. It's like a pleasure to work with her. She's so funny too, honestly. I love her to death.
The three of you must have been terror together.
It was so fun, honestly. We filmed this film last year in Great Neck, New York, and it was just a great time. Honestly, it didn't feel like we were even working, you know?
Well, good for you. Congratulations
Thank you.
on everything. Have the best time
Thank you so
tonight.
much.